What is up, woke family? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. So the topic that I'll be discussing this live stream today is in regards to why Superhead, aka Karrine Steffans, cheated on her husband, right, with Lil Wayne and Bow Wow. You feel what I'm saying? So what we're basically gonna do is we're gonna watch the reaction video. After we watch the video, I'm gonna give you my thoughts. Even in the middle of it, I'm gonna give you my thoughts, and then from there we're gonna move accordingly. You feel what I'm saying? But if you haven't done so already, you feel what I'm saying, subscribe to the channel at Wokey Bucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below. So are social media links, so make sure you go give it a check. Instagram is ebucks.860, EBUKS.860. You know what I'm saying? Go follow your boy. You know what I'm saying? We got some bangers on the way. But yeah, let's get into this video, man.
Why is Superhead still fine? I mean, she look good. She gotta be like 50 now, ain't she? Well, Superhead, aka Karrine Steffans, was talking about her open relationship with her husband, Bow Wow, and Lil Wayne. Make sure you like the video and subscribe.
Wayne and Bow are my two boyfriends, and they're gonna be calling 3 o'clock in the morning. Wayne had the house number. So now, mind you, I have my kid, my husband has his kid. We have kids. And by the way, it's my house that I pay for. I pay all the bills. Everybody's dependent on me. I'm the boss bitch. Like, you don't pay for nothing.
You don't answer no phones around here.
Whatever, I do what the fuck I want. And I remember just waking up my husband like, hey, I gotta go, I'm taking the Rover. You gotta move your car.
So let's break this down real quick. If y'all listen to what she said, what she basically said is that she has a kid with another man, right? He has a kid with another woman. They live in the same house, but she pays all the bills, right? The one thing you have to understand is that when a woman tries to say that she pays all the bills, she tries to use it as a reason for why she can do what she wants to do when she wants to do it. But this is the thing you have to realize. You as a man, this is why it's not in your best interest. Unless, like I said, you're coming out of jail or you're trying to lift yourself up, right? You're trying to level up, right? If you live with your mom, you live with your mom and dad, especially if you're anywhere between the ages of 18 and up. Your goal long term is to put yourself in a position to be able to live by yourself. Because if you continue to live under a woman, especially whether it's your mom or it's your girlfriend or your baby mom, and she's paying all the bills, first and foremost, you're not getting respect as a man because they don't see you as a man, they see you as a boy. And then number two, they're going to use it as a reason to continuously throw that in your face and do whatever they want to do, right? This right here is an example about how a woman who is paying all the bills can literally disrespect you, right? Obviously, you're in the house. I'm pretty sure if she's paying all the bills, you're probably the one that's making the food, and she wants you to be feminine and submissive while she's the masculine person. And this is exactly why I said that women and men cannot be the same. Why? Because the thing is that she believes, right? Superhead in her mind believes that because she's paying all the bills, that she can do whatever she wants to do and that she's not answerable to that man. Which, like I said, at the end of the day, it's kind of crazy. But let's continue.
You could have moved to the street and then pull yourself.
No, I'm not doing all this manual labor. And then he would move the car. And then I remember one particular night, I was in my car, I was backing out of the driveway. He moved his car into the street and then he gave me a kiss goodbye. I'm like, all right, baby, I'll see you in like 2 or 3 days.
Not 2 or 3 days.
Yes, and then I'd be gone for 2 or 3 days, and then I would go home to my.
And you know what's unfortunate about this situation? This situation is just very, very, very unfortunate because the reality is that every single man in their life at one point or another is going to go through some sort of heartbreak when it comes to dealing with the woman. But the thing is that you as a man, you want to go through your heartbreak early so you can really be able to learn female nature. You can really learn to understand who your worth is as a man, and you self-improve in order to be able to not get treated like this, right? Because almost every single man in the world can relate to the situation right now where they are literally the man at home and you have a girlfriend or you have a wife or you have somebody you're talking to, but let's say, for instance, you're living with them and they feel like it's okay for them to be able to step outside of the house and do their dirt and then come back to you. You literally just heard what Superhead just said. She had a husband at home or she had a man at home. Obviously, Lil Wayne was calling, according to what she was saying, Lil Wayne was calling her at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, he wanted to link with her. That's the same man that went to go move the car out the way so she could leave, right? he kissed her before she left, and she told him she was going to be back in 2 to 3 days. When a woman tells you she's going to be back in 2 to 3 days, you know she's going to do something dirty like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to do it to shame women, but I'm saying in general, she's going to do her dirt, and then she's going to come back and make it seem like everything's okay, but we all know that everything is not okay. Now, it takes you as a masculine man, it takes you as a spiritual man of the Most High to be able to see those signs and to stop them. Now, this situation is a little bit different because she's the one paying the bills, but even with that being said, it's up to you as a man to really be able to see your value and to understand that you're not going to tolerate women behaving like this and showing you this type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, you eventually end up having intercourse with her. And the next thing, if you catch something, you're going to be like, yo, like, what's up? Why? Because she was stepping out on you the whole time. But let's continue, you know what I'm saying?
My husband, and he would have my dinner waiting, my bath water ran. He
I want
would,
to be like Elizabeth when I grow up.
You see what I'm saying? What did I say before? I said, if she's the one that's paying all the bills, he's bringing some sort of value to the table. But let's be honest. A lot of women, especially when they're the breadwinners, and you're not a breadwinner as a man, they lose respect for you. And they think that it's okay for them to do certain things like this. And it's like, this is very, very disrespectful to that man. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. But let's continue, man.
and then like a glass of wine, like, welcome home, honey. Did you have fun? Yes, bitch, I had so much fun.
This is just unfortunate. Like, you feel what I'm saying? We literally just saw the video for what it truly is, and it's very, very unfortunate, right? Because like I said before, every man can relate in some way or another to the situation. You probably have a relative, you probably have a friend that, let's just say, for instance, the roles are reversed a little bit. And what do I mean by a little bit? Let's say that person's the man, and he has a wife, or he has a girlfriend, or he has somebody he's talking to, right? And they're living together. They might even have children. You know what I'm saying? He's paying all the bills, but he's funding the woman's lifestyle. Because one thing you have to understand about women is that when women tell you that they're paying all the bills, more likely than not, it's either going to be true or not true, but more likely than not, I'll be real. It's probably not true, right? Let's just say, for instance, Superhead in this example is a rare extremity of women that actually do pay the bills. It's still not an excuse for you to be able to go out and do dirt, especially to somebody who's shown you that amount of love, right? But back to the point, like I said, you have a lot of men that end up getting cucked in relationships because the reality of the situation is that you might think that she loves you and she's not going to step out on you and cheat on you, but the reality is that she's been doing it even ever since you guys even got together, right? She's been showing you the sides that she's not wife material, that it's okay for her to do her dirt and then come back. And the thing is that you as a man are going to continue to tolerate it because you don't respect yourself enough, right? There gets to a certain point in a man's life where you really have to learn who you are and what you want. And if you're dealing with a woman that cannot bring that type of value to your life, then you need to leave her. You got to let her know. Or if it's really, really bad and you've told her multiple times, and if you have to, just stop talking to her completely. You feel what I'm saying? But the one thing you as a man should never tolerate is a woman disrespecting you the way that this woman is disrespecting her man. I think she called him her husband, right? And this is another thing I'm also going to advise you guys as men. If you're a single bachelor and you have no kids, never take a single mother seriously. And we repeat that again. Never take a single mother seriously, right? She was obviously a single mother. He's obviously a single father, so it's a little bit different. But even with that being said, if you're a single bachelor and you're taking a single mother seriously, you have to understand that you will never, ever be able to fill the shoes of the baby daddy. So if you're not going to be able to fill the shoes of the baby daddy, then you're literally wasting your time. And you literally have to pay all the bills and do all those things just to be told by the woman that you can't even discipline the child if you want to. Therefore, it's not in your best interest to be able to try to play stepdaddy because the woman isn't going to respect you anymore for it. If anything, she's going to use it as a reason to disrespect you, right? We as men, I'm telling you, in 2022, we have to level up. We have to boss up. We have to see our value, and we have to stop allowing women to literally run over us and disrespect us and treat us like we're not worth it, especially when we're leveling up and trying to make ourselves into a better version of ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? This is a prime example of what happens when men do not realize their value. She's using because she's paying the bills to literally sleep with different men, even though she has a man at home and children at home. And this is who is supposed to be a role model to women, seen as a mother. This is the problem in our society, and this is the problem in our world. Men will use the fact that a woman looks good, right? Because let's be real, she's not ugly, right? She's not an ugly woman. But the thing is that men will try to use a woman's looks to cover up for her inadequacies and her behavior and her demeanor. This is an advice to woke members of the Most High right now. Woke ones, if you're listening. If you see that a woman is good looking, Never allow her looks to be able to compensate for her bad behavior. If you're dealing with a woman, if you're dating a woman, if you're in a relationship, whatever you're doing, and she's good looking, you have to place her at a higher standard just because she's good looking. Why? Because she's going to think that just because she's good looking, that you're going to allow her to get away with the BS that she's going to throw your way. Because trust me, women are always going to come with tests. It's a subconscious thing within themselves to throw tests at you. You have to be woke enough to be able to evade, not only evade those tests, but not tolerate less than what you're worth. You feel what I'm saying? Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a different situation if, what's it called? You're a man and you're recently coming out of jail. Or like I said before, if you're a man that's in your late teens, early 20s, and you're still trying to build yourself and you're living with your mom or you're living with your parents, your goal long term is to really put yourself in a position to be able to live by yourself. Because when you're living by yourself, you have more power, you have more authority. Nobody can really disrespect you the way you expect them to. So that's the goal long term. But even with that being said, the point is to never deal with BS from a woman because of the fact that she pays bills. Quick water break. Because if you deal with the woman because of the fact that she's obviously paying the bill, she's going to use it as a reason to disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? You have, like, this is exactly why most men want to be the breadwinner, because they don't want to be disrespected by their woman. Now, some women might try to make it seem like they're not going to disrespect them, but they want to add in other ways, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to respect him if he's not the breadwinner. So, man, your best bet, especially if you're going to get into a relationship with a woman, is to make sure that you have your money in order, first and foremost, and every other thing can follow after that. But even with that being said, do not accept less than what you're worth. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, especially as a man in the situation, right? We all know somebody that is, honestly, like I said, going through a similar situation like this, right? It could be the situation that the man is a breadwinner, for example. He has a wife, he has a girlfriend, and obviously the wife or the girlfriend is probably going to try to ask the man to allow her to go on those girl trips, right? To fund those girl trips. You have to understand something about girl trips. If you're a masculine man and you're a woke one of the Most High, and your girl tells you that she wants you to go, or that she wants to go on a girl trip, you're gonna have to give her two options. Either one, you allow her to go on that girl trip, and you cut her off automatically after, and you let her know, listen, if you're gonna go on that girl trip, I'm not gonna be with you anymore, and we have nothing to do with each other. Or I don't know what else to tell you for what I'm saying. I don't think there were two options, but the point here is that if your girl tries to come to you and tells you that she wants to go on a girl's trip, you got to let her know, if you're going to be with me, girl trips are not even allowed. Because I'm going to tell you what happens during the girl trips. Woke Books is going to tell you. Woke family, this is the reality. If your girl tries to come to you and tries to tell you, yo, let's go on girls trips, she's doing dirt behind your back. Let me repeat it again. This is especially if you have aunts, uncles, cousins, you feel what I'm saying? Family, friends in general, and they're married, and the man is mainly paying the bills, or the woman is mainly paying the bills, and she's telling you she wants to go on girls trips, but mainly if the man is paying bills, and she brings up a girls trip, even if the woman is paying bills, understand that she is doing dirt behind your back. You know what I'm saying? She's dealing with other men. She's doing things with other men. You know what I'm saying? She's catching feelings for other men. You know what I'm saying? There's so many negative and demonic things that go down there. And the thing is that their friends are not going to expose them. The only time a friend will expose another friend, especially when it comes to girls dealing with each other, about the woman doing dirt on her husband or her boyfriend during a girl's trip, is if that friend, quote unquote, even though she's a snake, in her opinion, is trying to get at her husband. But girls are never usually going to expose what happens during girls' trips. So she has to have something to gain, which is obviously going to be the man. But other than that, they're not going to tell their dirt. So if you have a girlfriend or a girl that you're talking to, or your wife, and she's trying to tell you to go and tell her no. Tell her no, because you're going to end up getting wronged if you have not been wronged already. So the point is that let this video that we just watched right now, this reaction, serve as an example to everybody here. You feel what I'm saying? Every woke one that's watching this live, every woke one that watches this video. Because the reality is that you might think that your woman is faithful to you until you really start to see her true colors. And this is why I tell you guys, you got to learn how to vet your woman out properly. Make sure that she's the right type of woman for you. Make sure she's feminine enough. Make sure she's submissive. Make sure there's no type of bad behavior that she has that you can't try to drift her towards or drift her out of, right? It's your job as a man to try to make sure that if anything, you cultivate the best wife that you can out of her. Now, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work and you see that she has so many bad tendencies that cannot be fixed, then you have to leave the situation. But if it's cultable, right? If it's cultable, then from there do what you can. But like I said, she has to have good qualities in general for you to be able to try to cultivate the rest of the other qualities out of it. You feel what I'm saying? But message here is, like I told you before, don't accept less than what you're worth, especially as a man. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This command in this live stream. If you like this live stream, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends, subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and simple social media links. So make sure you go give those a check. Without further ado, let's go into this live stream. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.